Australians are some of the biggest meat consumers in the world, but there are nearly 2.5 million of us whose diets are all or nearly all vegetarian. That means 1 in 10 Australians are avoiding eating meat, and the numbers are growing every year. The message is pretty clear. Vegan is becoming mainstream. This year, 250,000 people worldwide signed up for Veganuary, pledging to go animal-free for a month. That was more than they had for the previous 5 years combined. So, should you go the whole hog and jump on board this trend? First question, what's motivating people to change? Meat is expensive, so as the number of appealing and affordable meat substitutes grows, even traditional carnivores are being tempted. Then of course there's the ethics. Many of us have concerns about the way that animals are farmed and treated. Health is a big player. Dietitians have been telling us for a long time we're eating too much red meat. Although it's a great source of essential nutrients, including protein and iron, overconsumption has been linked to an increased risk of bowel cancer, especially if you're eating a lot of processed meats. As with most things food-related, there's the classic dietitian line, everything, including meat, in moderation. For many Aussies, that means cutting back. But some people choose to go the extra mile and cut out animal products entirely. Then there's the environmental considerations. Many people are concerned about the land, water and greenhouse gases involved in making animal products. This is one of the most controversial areas of the debate. Farmers don't live in a scientific or environmental bubble, so they're constantly looking at ways of improving the impact of food production. But a major report from The Lancet this year warned that the world is heading for a nutritional and environmental crisis unless we radically change the way we produce and consume our food. The report says that by 2050, we'll need to at least halve our consumption of foods like red meat and sugar, and more than double the amount of fruit, vegetables, nuts and legumes we eat. Now, this is a global average, and some countries will need to change more than others. If we look at Australia, we ate 26 kilos of cow per person in 2017, plus another 9 kilos of lamb. We've got a bit of work to do if we want to hit the yearly ration of red meat recommended in the Lancet report, 10.5 kilos per person. Another recent study found that even though levels of sustainability vary wildly across both the meat and crop industries, the best managed livestock can't produce the same amount of protein as the worst managed vegetable stock when we're talking about environmental impact. Okay, so the diet's good for the environment, but what about your health? Let's start by looking abroad. About 40% of people in India are thought to follow a vegetarian diet. And in many parts of Asia, most people become lactose intolerant as adults, so milk and cheese have never been a big part of their diet. You don't need to eat meat to get protein, but animal and plant proteins aren't exactly the same. So you do have to make an effort to ensure that the foods you're replacing your meat and dairy with have enough proteins, omega-3, vitamin D, iron and calcium. Without them, you might be damaging things like your bone density, which might mean you suffer more fractures. If you're substituting plant-based milks for dairy, take a look at that ingredients label and make sure they're fortified. You might be surprised to learn they're mostly water, so not a direct nutritional replacement for animal milks. B12 is one vitamin that's recognised as being deficient in a vegan diet. You can only get it from animal products, so vegans are advised to take a B12 supplement or look for fortified foods. Low B12 can cause anemia and long-lasting damage to your nervous system. So, should you go vegan? That's for you to decide. It's a very personal choice. Probably the best place to start is to work out why you want to do it. Second is, do you have the knowledge to follow a healthy vegan diet? If you're not sure, then maybe going and seeing your doctor or a registered dietitian before you start is a good idea. Thanks for watching. If you've got an idea for what we should do next time, let us know. Write a comment below and hit that subscribe button. See you next time.